Life path number 3, how you doing? So I thought I would do a tarot card reading. This card kept coming out, Sagittarius card kept coming out, life path number 3. So I don't know if you are a Sagittarius that's watching this or dealing with one. But what I thought I would do is bring back an old reading that I did a long time ago, which was going through the life path numbers. So I am unsure, well I know, but I haven't got time in order to go through how to do it. So if you check on Google or if you check on YouTube, there are plenty of videos that tell you how to calculate your life path number and also your personal year number. So if your personal year number ends up being a number 3, or even your life path, you can watch the same reading. It should still relate in some way. Okay, so what we do is we go over your tarot reading for life path number 3, but you could have something dealing with a Sagittarius. Russ, I'm also hearing Russell Crowe. Something to do with Russell Crowe, the gladiator, the gladiators. Something to do with competition, having competition, sexually. I don't know why I had that. Sex competition. Why on earth? Like too late for the Christmas pageant. But something to do with a competition, having competition of who looks better is what I'm picking up. Like, look who's talking. It could have something to do with around children, because that was the film. Okay, babysitting or something like that. But it could have something to do with like, look who's talking. Look who looks better. Some kind of like, oh, okay. So you might witness that someone around you feels better, looks better, feels better, is looking better, feeling better, meaning if they were ill. Okay, but a lot of you, I'm picking up this competition of who's better. Who dares wins. It's like, well, I dare. If you dare, then I dare. And then if I win, you win. So it's some kind of like winning around, I don't know if it's anything to do with court or children because of look who's talking. So that would have something to do with like, look who's talking. Is it me or you? Like, are we talking or are we not talking? But there's some sort of competition around maybe children of, it might have something to do with court or anything like that, any kind of appearance of this that seems to be coming up. Because I heard like competing against one another, but I don't know, I'm picking up bad competition and also good competition. Like, not as in anything bad as in competitive wise. Okay, but I'm also, sorry, I'm going to have to sort out my camera because it's slightly off kilter. So someone could be from Scotland maybe and have a kilt, but also a Celtic cross I'm also picking up. But let's see. So I'm picking up though healthy competition and bad competition. There is some kind of like health warning or something around someone's health condition is what I'm picking up. Now I don't pick it up as anything bad. I'm just picking up that it is to do with like health and competition. Okay, so it could have anything to do with the gym. It could have anything to do with like, look who's talking, I'm better, you're better, who's better, me or for better or for worse. This could have anything to do with marriage, because that would be for better or for worse. So that might either be I'm picking up divorce, but it could be something to do with a marriage, okay, and a commitment. But I'm picking up possible divorce for a lot of you, which is for better or for worse. Okay, in sickness and in health and for better or for worse. But I'm better, no, you're better. It's like, I don't know if any of you have suffered from any kind of condition of where you've gone through a divorce and it's like left a lot of unturned stones, a lot of unturned stone. I'm hearing someone could have also stones, kidney stones. I'm hearing kidney stones. But I'm hearing like a lot of stones unturned, so it would be a lot of answers that need answering if it was to do with a divorce, because it would be involving children, a house and stuff like that, and separation, and it would relate a lot to obviously look who's talking. So it's like, look, we need to talk, and we need to talk now, because there's something urgent that you need to know or I need to know. But it feels like, look, are we talking or are we not talking? Are we on good terms or not? Because I feel like that there is a breakup or a separation of somebody here. Okay, life path number 3. And I'm kind of hearing that we need to talk and we need to settle this. They're saying a settlement, like we need to settle the energy down by settling up, which means that I need to settle up with you, means that I owe you something or I owe you nothing. I owe you, cat amongst the pigeons. Cat, hi cat. But something to do with like, we need to settle up, which means that I've got a bill that I need to pay and I need to pay you, so we need to settle up. Now, this might mean that they owe you or you owe them or nobody owes anybody anything, which is why I'm feeling there is something to do with around either solicitors, lawyers or social services that could be well involved, life path number 3. But we are, I'm just channeling, I've got no idea. This could be, because we're looking at September timeline. Okay, I'm definitely hearing though that we need to settle up, we need to settle down. Like I'm settling, so I'm hearing that I'm settling down now, but we need to settle up. So a lot of you could be going for a breakup and a divorce with somebody, and that somebody is like, it feels like that there's energies here. So it definitely feels like that exes and children are involved. Okay, which would represent a lot to do with 3, because you would always find yourself between a rock and a hard place of like going from one to another, from one mother to another mother, from one mother to another mother. It would involve you going from one relationship to another, and then settling down, and then having to settle the other place as well. A settlement also, like a residency of settling down, also with present partner. For some reason though, I'm not picking it up with past partners. What I've noticed in through some of the readings, excuse me, when I channel I can get a bit froggy, something to do with frogs or froggy, hot froggy, frog in my throat. Or Oggy, I'm picking up Oggy, oi, something to do with Ogden, Oggy, I used to know an Oggy Ogden, but Ogden, okay, but what I'm hearing is that we need to settle up, because, okay, let's see, sorry, I'm kind of like, because I just picked up on a name that I knew that passed quite some time ago, and I don't know if anybody from my Facebook watches, but it's just relating to me in some way. So what I'm sort of hearing is that we need to settle up, and we need to settle this from the solicitors and the lawyers of either a divorce or settlement or like a will or something like that, okay? And that there might have been some money or a will, or is involving mortgages and settlements and all this kind of thing, and I'm now settling down. Now we need to get all of this bookwork and paperwork that I've kind of like pushed aside for a bit, that I actually now need to get that all done and all according and accounted for. Some of you work for an accountant, or you need to go to the accountancy. I know the accountants are come up, because mine's literally just come up, and I have got a £450 bill that I've got to pay. Great. It's difficult for me, because majority of my, well, I've got 2 jobs, but the majority of this money comes through in dollars. So at some point Patron is going to change to pounds, but I'm going to have to wait until they do that. But everything comes through in dollars here, so it's very difficult. I also have personal readings. But accountants, like I need to see the accountant. So it could be anything to do with solicitor as well that you might have to see. Because it would be accountants and having everything accounted for. So meaning like I've got everything that is mine, and what's yours is yours. So you're accountable for that, and I'm accountable for this, and I'm accountable. Someone's holding someone accountable for their past actions to do with the marriage maybe. Where it is relating to obviously divorce and settlements, and I need to hold you accountable for what you've done and what you've said. So I don't know if you're going through like a bad time or not, or you're witnessing a lot of these, because channel messages can be relating to what goes on with you in the vicinity of everybody around you. Okay, so the people that are present in your life. So there seems to be like a lot of people in your life, but a lot of energies around getting confused between settling up and settling down, and feeling unsettled and settled kind of energy. That's why I'm picking up Sagittarius energy for a lot of you. Okay, well, it's the card that flew out twice. So one flew over the cuckoo's nest. So it's like I might at times feel like I'm going crazy, or like I don't know if someone's having to. I just having to visit somebody somewhere, like an old person that could have dementia. I'm picking up senile dementia or something. This is for elderly people though, but I'm picking up senile dementia. It's going to be people that work at care home, or people that work for elderly, that people that might suffer through that. But there's some kind of like suffering, having to go through the suffering. Summersham, I'm hearing. I'm hearing Summer, the name Summer, Ann Summers. Some of you do Ann Summers, or your name's Anne. But I'm picking up Dan also. Dan is the man, or dun. Like, what is the outcome going to be? It feels like a drum roll, please. And it's like, and the answer is. It's a little bit like that kind of thing. It's like, oh, there's a newspaper, or there's an article of a letter or something, and it's like, okay, so what's the answer going to be? what's the answer going to be, and you open it and it's kind of like going to tell you. So I feel like a lot of you, if you have been going through divorce or settlement, that you're going to get some news that will come through an email or the actual physical mail, because I can see people using like a letter knife and opening up the letter and then finding out what the answer is going to be. Now, if this is anything to do with like your children and you've got them and that they're going off to like college or school or something like that, is what I'm picking up. And it's kind of like, well, what's the answer going to be? Is it, have you passed or have you not passed? It could be a test. Excuse me. It could be a test or something like that, like a driving test. I'm also picking up the energy of Cancerian around maybe. But like a test, driving test, or like it is a physical Cancerian itself. And it's coming through in a letter, and the letter will be opened, and it's like, what's the answer going to be? Is it yes or is it no? Have you settled for this amount or not? So some of you could well be going through divorce, and that you are thinking, you know what, this letter's going to come through, and I want to know if they're going to settle for what I've offered. Okay, it's definitely what I'm picking up. So we're going to leave the channel messages there at the moment. Life path number 3. So if I haven't explained, I can't remember because we went straight into the channel messages. So this is, like I said, a tarot reading that I brought back from the past, and I thought I would go through the numbers. But I think, as far as I know, you also have 22, 33, 22, 33 and another one, I think. So I'm going to have to ask Kate for those. But as far as I know, at the moment, I'm just going from 1 to 9. And then obviously what else there is, but I'm sure Kate will let me know. So like I said, if you haven't got, if this isn't your life path, this would also relate to anybody that you know. And also your healing year, your personal year number. You basically just deduct it from your actual birth date and put it with the date that we are now, 2020. Okay. So let's see. So life path number 3. What have we got for a tarot reading for them for September? I think I've pretty much just given you your reading, if I'm honest. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll just look into the cards. So what's going on with life path number 3 through September? Life path number 3. Oh, we've got 2 coming out. So we've got fighting over something to do with mothers and fathers. Some mothers do have them. You've got the Moon and the 5 of Swords. So it feels like whatever you're going through with your family or with your mother or father or present wife or husband or something like that. But this is fighting over parents and children and solicitors, lawyers, all that kind of thing as well. This is the unknown that we don't quite know the answer to it yet. There needs to be a winner or a loser, but it seems to be repetitive where there seems to be a lot of competition. I say, Sadie. Something with shades. Shade, I'm also picking up different shades of pale. But also a different shade of my lung, or something to do with lungs, maybe. Shadow, hopefully not. Let's see, something to do with the shadow. Like this could be because the moon is a feminine energy. It's a mother. Okay, so it's someone that's a mother that's fighting and battling for children and all that kind of thing. Life path number 3. There you are, 3. There you are, 3. 3 is the magic number. So what do we do to manifest this? What do we do to keep this doing? Do we keep going or do we stop? It's like go, stop. It's like, okay, stop, look, listen. That's 3 to me. Look, stop, look, listen. I've got something to say. So what is it that you've got to say? Life path number 3 through September. What is it that you've got to say, or what someone's going to say to you? Life path number 3 through September 2020. Life path number 3. What is it that they're about to say to life path number 3? Life path number 3 in 2020, please. Life path number 3 for September 2020. So you're about to say, whoa, put the brakes on. Where do you think you're going, young lady? Where do you think you're going? It's not going very far. The news and the message isn't going very far. It's like, no, listen, I ain't going very far. Well, what time are you coming back? I don't know. I'm not going very far. It's like, I don't even want to go out. It's like, oh, come out. No, I'm not coming out. Come on. It's like, I'm trying to force you. It's like, yeah, well, I told you don't force my hand. Don't ask me to do things that I feel inappropriate, or don't force my hand where I just now feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. So this is kind of like, well, at the moment we're going steady and we're trying to just keep things as they are, pretty much. There's an idea, but it's like waiting on an idea. It's kind of like, okay, I've got ideas, but I can't go ahead on them yet. you could have a lot of stuff that goes on around work or around competition, but it feels like it's stuck competition. Okay, so it feels like that there's an idea there of things that you want to go ahead on at work, or an idea that you want to implement into the relationship or anything that you're in, but it feels like whatever I'm in, it just doesn't never seem to go very far, or I just don't never seem to my fee doesn't never seem to be enough. Or is there enough? Because the Knight of Pentacles should have plenty, because it's not moving anywhere on anything. So if you want more, you're going to have to ask more or do more, okay? But there feels like that whatever I seem to do, there seems to either be never enough. Like there's never enough. Because you can get that probably through an energy of 3, is that there's never enough. Like, when do I finally get to 4? Where do I... Because you see, 4, which is after you, is going to have a lot to do with the 4 of Wands, of separation of house and home and families. So like I said, you can always probably feel like you're going from 2 to 4, okay? So that decisions are already made, and it's like, well, I've made my decision and I'm standing by my man and I'm standing by who I am, okay? But every time I stand by who I am, it's like no one seems to enjoy me or like me for who I am, okay? So it's that overall feeling. But it feels like that 4 of Wands would also be, 3 could be very difficult. Because it's master teacher and learning, but also a pupil that needs to also sometimes learn to not teach, but also to listen and learn. You know, there's knowledge is power, and there is plenty of things out there that a lot of us can always... Sorry, I'm going to have to lift up my seat slightly. There's a lot of energy out there, a lot of the time, that where knowledge is power. But sometimes being able to drop that to realise, you know what, I need to go back to the drawing board and actually ask for some advice, and actually be able to reach out and finally reach out to someone to ask for some support. But through the energy of 3 here, it feels like that I can't. Like I always feel like I can't never reach out to anybody, or like I really want to go ahead on this, or I really want to talk to someone, but I feel like I can't, you know. And you would get that. So let's see, life path number 3 for September 2020. So yeah, so you got Virgo energy here. So it could be around a child here, could be Virgo here, because it would be a Virgo would definitely be living with you here. Like I said, there would be a child here. Okay, so that would be at home. So that's dangerously waiting. Danger is what I'm hearing. Stranger, don't be a stranger. It's like, I feel strange. Someone feels like pushed out and strange in the family. Like there are things going on, because this is someone here that's having an awakening. This Virgo here is having an awakening. Okay, so there can be a lot of like strangeness around this person that feels strange. Okay, but that's Jim Morrison. You know, people are strange. So, well, you know, talk to dead people and channel messages out of nowhere, and people wonder why. So, well, not everybody, obviously, but a lot of people. So there's some kind of like strangeness. It's like I feel strange. I feel alone. I feel separated. I really got no idea where I am at the moment. The energy of Virgo energy, it can be like being gaslit here. I'm not saying it's them or you, but it can be someone around you. Okay, this is gaslighting. Also, someone that's going through things of trauma here, childhood trauma, or trauma of gaslighting. It's all 9. So. This is 9. So there's 9 to 5 of an awakening, which can be where people witness a hell of a lot of things in their life and they're so confused and being gaslit. This is gaslighting energy. Okay, it's an explosion of something. I did pick up that around Virgo energy a while back, and I don't think any of that actually ever happened, but I give out a message and couldn't tell when. It was to do with like an explosion, because I think I did put messages for August, and I think one of them was explosion, but that could be gaslit, because that could be that message could have been, now I look at it, could have been to do with gaslighting. Okay, so because this is gaslighting, you know, I'm not saying it's Virgo, but this is following the light. In the Ingrid Bergman film Gaslighting, it was actually people that used to, in the olden days before electricity was really here, outside they used to light the candle, the light the way outside. It's how the film starts. But you've got a lot of defensive actions. That's normally why I'm doing that. like I feel like I'm an offender, offended, or an actual offender for some. Got no idea who or where or what, but I'm hearing an offender. Okay, I'm also hearing someone of a same-sex relationship. Okay, and that this is very difficult in order for this person to come out, to actually say. Okay, because someone wants to come out and probably say, you know, listen, I just need to tell you something. You know, I might, you know, someone that is into same-sex relationships. So it could be some sort of message that someone's saying here, because it's very difficult for them in order to say it. Okay, that someone's interested in the same sex or interested in someone. It's like trying to find a common interest with somebody here, but as soon as it starts, it ignites, and then it sort of like, there's this energy of bipolar here, of depression, is what's confusing me. This can be high lows energy, and it can be difficult sometimes for me to pick up on energies that are awake, because an awakening can bring about depression and loneliness and tiredness and quiet, feeling alone and separated, and no way out. You know, when you're awake, you're going to attract in a lot of flies to, this is moths to a flame. Okay, so it could be a lot of twin flame energy, but a lot of moths to a flame, of a lot of strange happenings and weird stuff going on, where someone's probably worried about saying about all that sort of thing that's going on, maybe. But you get that. There's a lot of flame energy here. This is probably fire sign Virgo. But a lot of past flames, like past relationships and things never really turning out right, and all that kind of stuff, passing away, or past energies. Pass on by. Walk on by. Okay, life path number 3. So we're going to go on with your reading 2222 as I looked up on the clock. So we're going to go on with your reading. This time, if I do this next month, it'll be different. But this time it'll go for tier 1 and tier 2 if you want to watch the rest of the reading. It's your channel messages that have come out now. But your tarot reading, this one, be continued on, and then we continue to clarify the deck and see what else you've got coming up for the rest of this month. It does help me separate the energy of your monthlies and your bi-weeklies. So this goes to tier 1 and tier 2. If you join tier 2, you get the 1st until the 15th, and the 15th until the 31st. It won't appear on tier 1, and it won't come out on YouTube either. It's done individually for star signs, but they're videos that only go to tier 2. So if you want to watch the rest and you're on tier 1, say, you can decide that you want to go to tier 2 if you do, to see those readings and everything else. And it just deducts your $5 and charges you the rest for what it is for tier 2. But we also do a question and answer. It will be posted up by myself, but only when that post comes up. And then you can all leave questions and whatnot, but follow the guidelines of what it is that I post. But that will come out around mid-month in order for me to do those for everybody else. Okay, well, might be around the 10th, give people time. But something like that of September. And then obviously the 15th to the 31st comes out as well over there. So if you want to join tier 1 or tier 2, at least you will still get to see the rest of this reading. Okay, if you want to reach out for a personal reading, anything like that, you can reach out from the link below. Stick in there with Angel Radio. There should be another one that comes out very soon that is pretty much in the working. But that's Groove Rider. I don't know if anybody can remember Groove Rider, but Groove Rider used to be one of my favourite DJs back in the day. And I've kind of like tried to just trying to do kind of, what would you call it? In the style of, really. Okay, all right, guys, thanks very much. Hopefully see you on Patreon.